welcome back guys. So we're looking at Rhys the Redeemed, and he's one of my favourite commanders to play. I like elves and I like the Selesnya colours, so I went ahead and actually built this deck in paper. So I actually own this card and majority of these cards in this deck. There are a couple that I'm still waiting on to come, and once that happens then I'll probably make another video showing the deck in paper. So Rhys, awesome commander. I love the ability. Cheap commander to get out too, just with the one cost of either a green or a white. 3 and tap, and you can create a green-white elf creature token, or 6 and tap, and you can, I guess, just double everything that you own. So I can spend the whole time. I'm trying to keep this video under 10 minutes, and that's the aim for these sort of tech videos. I've got a bunch of stuff here to cover. I will put the deck list in the description down below for you guys, so you can go ahead and check this out yourself. Now, there's a bit of ramp here. Probably the only other thing is the majority of this deck is green. There is a little bit of splash of white. There's like 2 white creatures and a couple of random white spells. Now, we'll start with sorceries and we'll go from right to left. So we have Triumph for the Hordes. Now, that is a win con in itself. So we have Triumph for the Hordes, and in itself it is a win con. The main objective of this deck is just to get a mass load of elf tokens and just smash face. But Triumph for the Hordes, just adding that little bit of infect in, can sometimes win you the game. And there's a few other little win cons and alternative routes that this deck can take as well. Bit of ramp here, Martial Coup, just get a few more creature tokens out there and destroy all other creatures. So a bit of a board wipe as well as creating tokens for our board. So a bit of pros and cons for that one. Crimson Zenith, and yeah, that's really our sorcery slot. Lands is always very optional. Some people go for the expensive ones, some people go for the budget, whatever you prefer. I've got what I've got here. These are the ones that I own. Shrine of the Nyx is definitely a good land to have in, well as what was the other one? Yeah, I think it was Elfin Palace, Maze of Ith. It just helps you protect your commander and some of the other cards. If I was to add another card in here for a land, it would definitely be 100%. It'd be Gaea's Cradle down here on the right hand side of the Mavis board. It's just an expensive bit of cardboard, guys. Like, I might even proxy it. But yeah, if I could own one of them, that would just make the deck so much better. But it's just one card. Apart from that, let's move on to artifacts. So we've thrown a Godfarer. Beginning your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures you can control. So ideally, we're going to have a bunch of tapped attacking elves on our turn, and at the end of the step, then your opponent's going to lose more life. There's new elixir, untapped target creature, that allows us to do Rhys again. There's a few of these untapped abilities within this deck. We have Staff of Dom, which also does the untapped ability. Soul Ring, look, another untapped creature. Lightning Greaves, just that bit of protection. Nice Conceptor, just always a handy card to have. Door of Destinies, Bow Nylea, Altar of the Brood, and Chroma's Memorial. Altar Brood is a bit cheeky here, as whenever another permanent enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top card of his or her library into their graveyard. So ideally we're making lots of tokens and everyone's milling stuff. Hopefully no one's playing a graveyard themed deck on the other side. Now instants, we have Swords to Plough, very nice. Silence, Second Harvest, Path to Exile, March of the Multitudes. Not a bad card here. It does cost a lot of mana, but there's quite a lot of opportunities within the elf deck to create a huge amount of mana too. But if I was to take it out, I don't think I'd miss it, and there's a few cards that I could swap it with. Crimson Grip, Ghost Away, which is similar to Teferi's Protection, Light Tutor, Elven Ambush, get a couple of tokens, Eldrami's Call, allows us to go search for a creature, and often that would be the search for a win con or something to help our elves. Beast Within, and Acrogenesis. So those spiders are handy. as they have reach, and as an elf, you don't really have any flying elves, sadly. So hence why I've got the Akroma's Memorial, as it gives flying, and Acrogenis giving spiders some reach. So gives my gives my elves here just the ability to have the option to prevent any flying combat damage coming my way. Now we'll go have a look at our Planeswalkers. We have Hutali, just a good commander here. I find that it works quite well. It gives your opponents another target on the board. Freyalise is just the elf, Planeswalker. It does fantastic work, whether that's making the mana dorks, destroying an artifact, which is always nice, as well as giving the opportunity to potentially draw a lot of cards in the long term, if you can get to that stage. Now, enchantments. I'm trying to race through this, trying to keep it relatively short. Parallel Lives, very nice, as well as Doubling Season. We have the Poor Man's Gaea's Cradle with Growing Rights of Itlamok. When it flips, add one mana pool. Add mana to your mana pool for each creature that you can control. So ideally, we're going to have lots of creatures, and that should be lots of mana. Mirai's Wake. Creatures get +1/+1, and whenever you tap land for mana, you add 1 mana of any type that land produces. So just some additional mana, as well as a small increase of attack and defense for our little guys. Cryptolith, right? Everyone taps mana, so those things like March Multitudes, where we can put it in, it does pay off sometimes. Crafter's Crusade, Aura Shards, and Asceticism. So creatures you can control can't be the target of spells and abilities your opponents control, and that's very, very handy, considering we're going to have some very peculiar or very particular elf cards that we're going to have a quick look through that just need to be protected. So we have Allosaurus Shepherd, can't be countered, and green spells can't be countered, and that's an amazing card to get out. Some of these cards are expensive, so if you have the budget versions, or just some cards that you can fill the gaps until you can get to these ones, or trade to these ones, or I guess eventually, hopefully, there might be a reprint of some of these cards, then I'd definitely hold out for those. Arasat, so that here's these spiders again. Spider tokens with reach. And look, I've only got the 2 options to sort of get these, but it does pay off, and the spiders definitely put in the hard work. Bench of Seneca, the big boy with the plant tokens, and look, playing green, just a green staple. Now, another staple for green is Cradlehoof Behemoth, and that is our other sort of win con that we can go searching for. It is the hoof, and you love it or you hate it. And look, if you play blue, most people play Ristic Study, and you either love that or hate that, or Rift, that kind of stuff. It's in there. I don't always go searching for it, but it's there if I want to finish the game early and quickly. Canopy Technician. Let's just go through and pick out a few of the decent cards. Lord of Leaves. Awesome card. Stupidly expensive. All elves gain Forest Walk, and elves cannot be the target of spells or abilities. So if they have Forest on their side, then all your guys can walk straight on through, and it is fantastic. Though, for that price, it's questionable. We have Uzuri. In itself is a fantastic commander, but he fits really well within this deck, and with this ability where we can sink mana into it, as well as another one, Kamal. I'll have a quick look at him too. We can sink multiple times the mana into this, and we can buff all our tokens up. So +3/+3, and the next turn, and then we put more mana into it, and we get +6/+6. We also have the Kamal. Where was he? Right here. And he has the same ability, very much the same. I like his other ability here is pay 1 mana, target land becomes a 1/1 creature. So if someone's doing just a board wipe, destroy all creatures, and you go, look, I'm going to turn all your lands into creatures, basically you've just now land destruction, and you've just destroyed all their lands, all their mana, and they're probably screwed. So if you want to be that player, you've got that option. He can be quite a dirty card, quite a dangerous card out there on the playmat. Well, there's so many other little elves in here that I've skipped over, but the whole point is just to cover a few key cards, a few things, and you guys can come access this deck list yourself and check it out. And if you want to join the Discord and have a chat with me about it, then by all means come do it, or leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll make sure to respond to you guys as well. This amazing guy taps for mana, one of our elves. He's like the token face of elves almost. Mara Nurturer, she's just awesome. She does a lot of work here. I have Omnath in here, and that's just because we're creating so much mana, and with the ability to not lose the unspent green mana, and it sits there until your next time you want to use it. It gives you the opportunity to just have this pool of mana that doesn't go anywhere, and you can just utilize it so well, and it does the hard work, and it's fantastic. Priest of Titania, another great one. Apart from that, anyone standing out? Nothing too much there. Got a couple of cards over here in the maybe board, and look, you can change a few of these in here. Alter Dimension if you want to go that mill version of tokens, but there are plenty of other mill version token decks out there. But look, there's so many options you can do. This guy here, I forgot to even think about adding this, and this is a card that I might turn around and add. So I can return a forest to my hand, and I can untap target creature, but I can only activate this ability once each turn. So that can be my turn and an opponent's turn and so on. But it would work fantastically with Rhys, as I could untap him just by returning one forest to my hand, and knowing that I have elves, generally mana shouldn't be too much of a problem. So to untap him for almost free is amazing. But yeah, that's the deck. Let me know in the comment section down below if you like it, give us a like, and stay tuned for the next one. Cheers guys.